We are recording. Okay, so a couple of you wanted to be able to share this with your coaches. So I will definitely upload and send you guys the link once it's done. I'm going to mute everyone while I'm talking, and then we can open it up afterwards to discuss anything. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Okay, so this call is specifically on expanding to the UK, but for our UK coaches, this would be like parallel for expanding to the US and Canada. So expanding to anywhere where it's not your normal place of residence, I guess. So don't be like, oh, it's for the UK, so I can't listen. So basically, when I was talking to my coaches about, are you leveraging the UK, blah, 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 lots of them were overwhelmed and not really doing anything with it yet. And bottom line, plain and simple, what we need to be doing in the US and Canada is exactly what we do with the UK. And especially now that everything is launched, we no longer have this awkward limbo, hold them before they can sign up, get them started. We don't have to deal with any of that crap anymore. So it's just the same all across the board. What you do in the UK is what you do in Canada, is what you do in the US, is what you do in every other place that we're going to launch in the next whatever. Because we're going to launch, they have it in line to launch in a bunch of different countries in Europe. And it is game on for expansion mode. So everything that you guys do and everything that you need to be doing every day to expand and connect is simply what you do in the UK. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of those things because I know some of you are still kind of confused on how to really get that ball rolling. So the biggest thing that you guys need to remember is as you're expanding, it's quality over quantity. So you want to expand with intention, which means you guys need to know who you actually want to work with. Who do you want to hang out with every single day on social media? Who do you want to help in your groups? Who do you want to talk with and build relationships with and connect with? It's going to be different for all of you. You're at different phases of your life. You like different things. You have different interests. So get clear on that first, and then it becomes really simple to do the things that it takes to expand. So for instance, my target market, obviously is women, women, period, who want to improve their life. I don't care if they're 18. I don't care if they're 60. I don't care if they're a mom. I don't care if they're whatever. I want to work with women who want to live a better life, plain and simple. So don't box yourself in as far as I need them to be 21 years old. I need them to look a certain way. I need them to have 4 kids. You know what I mean? Don't do that. But it does help when you have at least somewhat of a base to go off of. So for instance, I like to travel. I do relate with moms because I have kids. I do relate with LDS women because that's my faith. I relate with women who were athletes. I relate with women. So you just think of who you are and who you connect with naturally and who you want to connect with. And then you can kind of zone in on how you want to find them, because that's where it comes down to, well, how do I find these people that I want to work with? And so that's what we're going to talk about. So a couple things. I'm going to talk specifically about Instagram, but you can do all of these things on Facebook, with groups or with pages or anything like that. It's all kind of the same across the board. It's just a little different. Obviously, you're not going to hardcore leverage hashtags and things like that on Facebook, whereas you'll leverage groups. So it's a little bit different depending on the platform, but it's the same concept. Okay, so on Instagram, a good place to start is hashtags. So it's going to take, as far as the UK goes, it's going to take some time doing some homework, searching some hashtags, searching some locations. Location might be the best place to start, because then you can find people that are in those locations and see what hashtags they're posting. And then you can use those to find ones that have a lot of your target. But so that's one of the things that I did. So when I was trying to find people to connect with in the UK, I started looking for locations. So I would search London. I would search different cities around London. I would search landmarks. I would search specific gyms, like gym names that were only in the United Kingdom, because people are checking into these spots. You do want to be careful of searching like big landmarks, because London is so touristy that you're going to get all sorts of people from different countries that are checking into Big Ben and are checking into all of these different things. You know what I mean? So you can't just go to Big Ben and then like massively add every single person that's tagged that, because they're going to be from all over. So you do have to use that as a starting place, and then go through all the people that have posted about whatever, about the gym or about Big Ben or about the cathedral or about anything. Like, do some little research. You're gonna have to do a little bit of homework, or just towns specifically, and then you'll go to their pages and see about them. Lots of people will put United Kingdom in their bio. Lots of people will put London, blah, blah, blah. Lots of people will put like their town, so you can see where they're from right off the bat. Lots of people don't. So then you have to go to their posts and see like if they mention something, or if they tag a place or something like that. And lots of times I just connect with them, and then in our conversation, once I'm connecting, I'll say, where are you from? And they'll tell me. So if they're like, oh, I'm from Berlin, then obviously I'm not going to be like, oh, she's on my radar to be my next coach. She's just someone who I kind of connect with for a second, and then she falls off the radar for a bit, because that's not who I need to be focused on right now. Not because I don't care, but because you only have a certain amount of time to work your business. So you need to do it with intention every day. Okay. So hashtags are a solid place to start. My favorite way, obviously the locations. The best thing you can do is find a few solid people. So when you're searching hashtags and when you're searching locations, you find a few solid accounts that are, maybe it's a mom, maybe it's someone who's really into fitness, maybe it's whatever, who's your type of person. And from there, you can go through their followers, you can go through their following, and you'll find lots of solid people in there. And from there, it's just rinse and repeat. It's going through their followers and followings, and then finding some people, going through their followers and followings, finding some people, going through theirs. So once you have a kind of a starting point with a few people, then the ball is rolling and you can take off from there. Shireen, a solid account would be anyone who's your target. Maybe it's a runner. Maybe it's someone of your faith. Maybe it's whoever your solid person is. It's going to look different for everyone. It doesn't mean they have 1 million followers. It means they are a person who is from that area, who lives there, who will likely have other people following or followers from the same area, because that's the main focus right now, is finding people there. Okay. So once you're doing this, and you need to be doing this each day, whether you spend 10 minutes doing it, whether you spend 30 minutes doing it, this has to be something that's part of your power hour. Intentionally expanding, intentionally connecting, and then you also have to have a system in place. This is what I talk about. Lots of you guys know what I do. So you have to have, once they enter your funnel, which means once you have followed them, once you've liked some of their stuff, once you've commented, once they're following you, whatever it looks like, they need to go on a list. So I keep mine simple. I have a challenge prospect list, and I have a coach prospect list. Someone who is already sharing fitness stuff, already has a passion for a healthy lifestyle, already sharing workouts, whether it's the gym, whether it's at-home workouts, whether it's yoga, whatever. If they have a passion for fitness, they go on my coach prospect list, and I intentionally connect with them, just build a relationship, just get to know them as a human, okay? If they are not posting anything about fitness whatsoever, if they're just sharing their kids, if they're sharing their work, if they're sharing their travel, whatever they're doing, then they go on my challenge prospect list. Same thing, I connect with them, I build a relationship, I'm just a normal human. I start to comment on their stuff. They start to comment on my stuff, but they go on my lists, and those lists are what's growing every single day. And those lists are where I'm going every single day to connect with intention. I'm going to their pages, liking and commenting a few of their things, watching their stories and commenting. And that's what builds the relationship and warms it up, so that the next time I have a challenge group starting, I have a solid list of people all the time that's growing, that I'm connecting with and building a relationship with, so that I can invite them to whatever is right for them. Okay? So you have to have something in place. You can't just be doing this stuff every day and then have no way of tracking it, because then you're just like, that doesn't help at all. Then you are at the will of the other people coming to you, versus being able to put the ball in your court and taking the initiative to invite them, which is so absolutely essential. Okay. So, once again, this is applicable to the US. This is applicable to Canada. This is applicable to the UK. So whether you're a Canadian coach, a US coach, a UK coach, this is what you'll be doing in those 3 specific locations, because obviously that is who we get to work with right now. So there is no sense right now in building massive connections and expanding with Australian girls. They are a great target. They have awesome fitness accounts. Right now, it doesn't matter, because you can't work with them, you can't help them, you can't get them started. So they're fun friends to have, but it's not gonna help you grow your business, okay? When we hear that we're gonna launch somewhere else, same exact thing. You will just open the radar, expand a little bit more, and all of a sudden you're able to connect with a whole new country, okay? Does this make sense? Like, it really is so simple, and I think everyone's just overcomplicating it. It's not complicated. Everything that you need to be doing here, you need to be doing there, which means if you're not doing any of that stuff here, that's probably why you're confused, because you're like, well, how the frick do I connect with people in the UK? I don't even know how to connect with people here. So hopefully this helps explain that process. Facebook would be the same exact thing. Find some solid groups that are UK based. Find some faith-based groups. Find some hobby groups. Find some, whatever your interests are, find some groups that are based there. Find some target people, and then you can do the same thing with their friends list. You can go through and you can connect with some of their friends. You can go through and connect with some of their friends. Social media is so powerful now, because it really is a way to network with people. It's a way to connect with new people. It's a way to just get to know each other. I have found, though, that Facebook is still way more private. People still feel like Facebook are my people that I know. It's not people that you're just meeting, whereas Instagram is just people you're meeting. It's like, I don't know why, but Instagram people are way more open to just having, like, following and being followed by random people. Okay, so if you're only targeting Facebook people, you're gonna have a lot harder time expanding to cold market, because people are so closed off. Lots of times they only accept friends who they know personally and stuff like that. So if you're having a hard time expanding your network, you need to really leverage Instagram, because it's so set up for that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else specific. That really is the basics. Does that make sense? Were there any questions that I missed? No, I got Shireen's. Does that make sense? Yes, no, still confused? Make sense? Makes sense. Okay, because you guys, I was talking to, I can't remember, who was I talking to at the launch? I don't know, one of the leaders. We were talking, and it's like, now that everything is like moving, everything's launched, everything's good, they can roll in. We don't have to separate anything. We don't have to like do UK stuff, US stuff, whatever. Everything's one. So continue to do your system, continue to have your marketing plan, continue to do your power hour, and all we're doing is now we get to open the floodgates to a whole new group of people. And you guys, the launch was incredible. Like I was a little bit nervous just because it is a different culture. It's different things. I was like, I don't want to like say anything weird that's going to offend them. I don't know. They're so nice. Like I loved getting to know not just our UK coaches, but just the people in the United Kingdom, and then getting to connect with our coaches, specifically the ones that signed up and came to the launch. And then we went to dinner afterwards. It was just so much fun. Like it made me so fired up and excited to be able to have this opportunity to share with all the people that are there, because most of them don't even know about it yet. So it's our job to just be normal humans, connect with them, be relatable, share our stories, be a product of the product, do what we're doing every single day on social, and then be able to present this life-changing opportunity to the people that are there. Okay, I see some questions. I think your personality style lends you to find conversation easier, and it might come a little more naturally. Who's MacBook Air? I don't know who that is. Who said that? The thing is, I don't think that's true. I mean, you can't go into connecting with people with an agenda. I don't go into connecting or expanding because I want them to be a coach or a challenger. I go into it because I want to connect with them as normal people, but then I also have 100% belief that I can help them feel better, live better, be happier because of the things that we do and because of what we focus on. And so I want them to be a part of this, but it's not like I don't invite everyone. I don't bring it up to everyone. I only bring it up when I see it is a good fit, when they either say something about it, when they say they're struggling with something, when they say they need help with something, when they bring up something that I've posted, then it comes up. So I'm not just talking to every single person about it. It comes up in the conversation. And when I see that I can fill a void or kind of solve a problem, then I bring it up. So it's just being a normal human and connecting with people. And that's going to look different for everyone. Like what you want to talk to people about is going to be different for everyone. Debbie said, are you going to put all your UK peeps in your Rock Your Life group? My UK peeps are just going into everything that I'm doing. No separate anything. What I'm doing for, like what I have planned for anyone is what everyone's going to be doing. Do they not have anything like Beachbody in the UK? What do you mean, Leanne? Anything like Beachbody, like in regards to what? Like at-home fitness stuff.
Like Slimming World.
Yeah, they have Slimming World, which is only
it's like
nutrition. Yeah, it's only nutrition. I don't know if they have any other at-home workouts. The thing is, Beachbody workouts have been there for years. They've been familiar with Shanti and with Chalene Johnson and Tony Horton for years. They've had access to the workouts, but they haven't had access to Shakeology, and they haven't had access to the coaching program or the coaching opportunity. So lots of them just don't even know that that's a thing or that it's available. So even the guy the customs guy that was checking our security stuff when I was at the airport, he's like, what are you here for? And I was like, Beachbody. It's like I'm a health and fitness coach. And he's like, is that like the DVDs that I see the infomercials for? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, does that actually work? Because I've thought about doing it. Like they know about it. They just don't really know all the goods yet. So lots of people have been doing them for years. They just never really had a coach, and they never got the full, complete solution with it.
Hey, Micah.
Yeah.
This is Giselle. I just wanted to ask my question real quick. So like the whole Slimming World thing, I have a lot of Slimming World followers, and how would I approach like if they're already doing something, and I know this has been talked about before, but just to be like, hey, well, I have this, and it has like the whole package, nutrition and exercise, but like how would you like message somebody and then just ask them how their fitness journey is going, and then say like, well, I have this, or like what's an example you would say to them?
Yeah, so I would just connect with them like normal, and then I would bring up fitness in some way. Like, I see you're on a health journey. That's so awesome. Like, what kind of workouts are your favorite? Or something like that. And then they would be like, oh, I hate working out. Or, oh, I like running, or whatever. Like, just and then let the conversation flow from there. So, was that your kids? Oh, your kids.
Yeah,
so that's what I would do. That's why in my initial message that my followers get, it says, hey, for new friends, I love connecting with people on a fitness journey, or who are on a fitness journey too, or something like that. If they're not on a fitness journey, I don't really like, they'll just be like, oh yeah, I love your page, or whatever they say. If they are on a fitness journey, they'll be like, me too, I love meeting new friends, it's so nice, So then the conversation just kind of flows from there. And then we can be like, well, how long have you been into working out? Or how long? So I just I use that to kind of open the door. And then it leads to what they're doing and what they like about it and what they struggle with. And then lots of times they ask me questions like, well, what are you doing with this? And how does that work? And so that's how I kind of open the door right away, so that it's not so like broad, but that's what I would do. Because Slimming World is nutrition, which nutrition is obviously super important, but so is working out. And then Slimming World, I don't know how it works, but I'm pretty sure it's not set up where they're like making money doing it, where it's an opportunity for them. So that opens up a whole new conversation,
So like, let's say like they're way into it and stuff, and you want to bring up like the business opportunity. They've already said like they love what they're doing. Like, I love what I'm doing, Slimming World. And then how would you open that up? I have like a million questions.
Well, do you know for sure how it works? Is it kind of like Weight Watchers?
Yeah, I talked to a girl this morning because I messaged her and I, told her like I thought her page was awesome. What are you doing for your fitness journey? She told me she's doing Slimming World. It's really working for her and stuff. But I want to tell her like, you would make an amazing coach. Our company just launched there, and then give her information, or without sounding like the salesy type and stuff. And I think just maybe I'm overcomplicating it.
I would
like, it's like the whole switch, like something's working for me already. And I think that's what I struggle with, is like talking to people that I know already there, but then at the same time, I know they could go somewhere with this.
Yeah. Well, one, I would connect with them enough that you can just be real with them, and it's not an awkward, you don't have to feel like, well, I need to transition this conversation now all of a sudden to like, you need to do this. Like, I would connect with them just so we're kind of going back and forth for like weeks. So they see what I'm doing, I see what they're doing, I think it's cool. And then I would just be real with them, and I would say, dude, have you looked into the coaching opportunity? Like, you're obviously passionate about sharing your health journey. Like, are you able to help people with what you're doing, or is this more like your thing? You know what I mean? And I think kind of opening their eyes to, well, yeah, this is what works for me and I feel good, but I'm not able to then help other people do this. You know what I mean? And so that's how I would kind of bring it up, and then just invite them to the sneak peek, and they can check it out and see what they think. Does that help? Okay. Yeah, for sure leverage the sneak peek. Always, 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 always. Minerva said, can you go into more how you do each list? And then how you go back and engage. So like I said, like if they come into, like if they start following me, they go and they're part of like a target market who I want to connect with, they go to a list. They go to my challenge list, they go to my coach list, depending on the posts that they're already sharing. Then from my list, that's how when I go to do my power hour every single day and it says connect with 10 new people, I'm just going to my list and I'm connecting with them. I'm going to their pages, I'm liking some of their pictures, I'm commenting on some of their pictures, I'm watching their stories and messaging on a couple if they're kid is being crazy or if they're wearing a cute dress or whatever. Like just being on the radar and connecting with them with intention. So I'm doing that every day with new people from my list. And then I'll just kind of cycle through. So if I have a list of 100 people, I'm not doing all 100 every single day. I'll do like 10 to 20. And then the next day I'll do the next 10 to 20. And the next day I'll do the next 10 to 20. And then the people that comment back, obviously the relationship warms up a lot faster if it's doing the back and forth and it's not just one-sided. So that's how my lists work and how they go on their different places. But these lists are continually growing and growing and growing. And then when people say no, I just mark them off my list. And if they don't answer, they stay on my list and I continue to connect and build a relationship. And if, you know what I mean? So it's just, I'm constantly working from that growing list forever and ever and ever. Is your automatic message that's sent through followers through Stim? Yeah, it's through Stim. So I have the paid portion that's like the pro one that's like $40. So it automatically sends it to them, to new followers. This is something that you could easily manually do every single day. So you could have like your little message that you send everyone. And when you see the new followers come in each night, you could check in. And when it shows that you have a new follower, you could quick send them a message and it'd be really simple. So even if you don't have the automatic message, you could make that part of your system each day on Instagram. Yeah. Anything else? Is your list super long? I mean, yeah, I have like a couple hundred probably because I'm constantly like marking people off, adding to it, marking people off, adding to it. So it's just kind of ongoing forever. And I just use it. You could either do pen and paper. I do it on the Google Sheet. So on the tracker that's in the Google Drive that says I think it's AOR or Art of Recruiting. I just keep my list underneath the daily tracker and I just have it growing and growing and growing and growing. My message just says something like, I'll read it to you. It's really basic. It says, hey, heart emoji. Yay for new IG friends. Hope you're having a great day. Love meeting new friends. Emoji. Especially others on their fitness journey too. Muscle. That's what it says.
So Micah, I have a question. When you I have the Stim message thing too, and I feel like I don't know, I'd have to look and see what the response is and calculate it or something, but what kind of a response do you feel like you get? Because I probably get about, I don't know, anywhere from 15 to 30 new followers a day. And so the Stim thing sends it. And I feel like I only get maybe 3 or 4 of them who actually respond back. Is that do you feel like that's pretty normal?
Yeah, probably. You might want to check and just make sure it's not too long. I get a better response from this than I did when I had a longer one.
Mine is pretty short. It might be one sentence longer than yours is, but.
Yeah, I mean, so what I do is even if they don't respond, Shireen asks how you know when they follow you. So if you go to your Instagram and you click on the heart, you'll see all the notifications. And when someone follows you, it shows up on there that says so-and-so started following you. So you can just each day make sure that you're going to that list and adding the people who follow you or sending them a message or whatever. So what I do is how it's set up with Stim. So it sends the message. So obviously it goes into my DM and then I can see who it's sending it out to. So even if I send it to them and they don't respond, I'll still go to their page. And if they're a person I'd want to connect with, I start proactively liking and commenting. I don't wait for people to just start showing up on my page. I am very proactive about finding people who I want to connect with and engaging on their stuff and showing interest first. And then lots of people come back around.
I do that sometimes, and I just need to make sure I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Not
Like, honestly,
like-
you guys, expanding and connecting needs to be the brunt of what you do. It needs to be you spend the most time every single day during your power hour expanding and connecting. Then when you have a system in place doing those things, you can bust out invites so fast because you have your list there. You're not just like searching for people and scrolling through your news feed and trying to find 5 people to invite. Like, I can send out 40 invites when I'm inviting to my next challenge group in like 10 minutes, and it's really fast. So it's just like, you have to be doing, and I'm going to do a call on this, you have to be doing the crap. When I say do your crap, this is the crap that you have to do always before you're sending the invite and before you're doing the stuff that actually drives your business. It doesn't lead to a transaction. It doesn't lead to a new coach today. It doesn't lead to a challenge pack today. But this is the stuff that drives your business for the rest of your life. And if you don't do this stuff, you run out of people to invite. You run out of people who are interested in what you're doing. You run out of new eyeballs who are watching and learning and getting to know you through your posts. So this is the stuff that is absolutely essential and that will completely like change the course of your business if you're not spending time doing it every single day. Shireen, oh, I already did that one. I noticed that after connecting with them several times, then they finally follow you. Oh yeah, totally. Happens all the time. They won't follow you, or either they won't respond or they won't follow you or whatever. And after you connect with them on their stuff multiple times, then they'll come back around and they'll follow your stuff and start engaging. So it's like, I think too many people wait for people to find them and to start engaging and to be interested in their posts. And they're like, well, I'm sharing my journey. I'm showing up, but no one's coming. The right people aren't coming. I'm not getting new people. You have to go find your people. Go find the people that you want to work with in your groups, on your team, everything, because that's the beauty of the business is we get to choose who we surround ourselves with every single day. So take that into your, take the initiative to do that and to really find solid people that are your people. And that's going to look different for everyone. Okay, you guys, anything else? All right. Well, I will stop the recording. Hopefully this is helpful.